his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause they love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Hey everybody, I got some thoughts. I got some thoughts on John Cena, that punk rock, thoughts on WrestleMania 41. I got some thoughts on the future of the WWE. I got a lot of thoughts, and I gotta let them out, or I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend WrestleMania 41 didn't have hype moments. But what is a hype moment? How do you start a hype moment? This is how you start a hype moment. Boom! Entrances. Is it just me? Or was the entrances for this WrestleMania kind of just like, kind of whatever? Like, there was like maybe two that I was like, that was cool. That was sick. You got CM Punk walking in, and he's got the band playing, and he's got Paul Heyman, and that was sick. And then you also got Cody Rhodes with BMX bikes, and that was and like he had an Iron Man helmet. He totally just had an Iron Man helmet. I understand why John Cena's whole thing was very, kind of lame, and it was for a story reason. He's ruining wrestling. LA Knight and Charlotte Flair both had the same intro. They roll up in a car and they walk out. Why is this is WrestleMania. This is the biggest night of the year, and you're redoing intros? But I don't think that's the only problem with this WrestleMania. And here's a hot take I have. If you're having an event outside that needs to be epic, that needs to be like, I'm feeling emotions, I'm feeling feelings, don't have it in the daytime. I'm serious. I am dead serious. Please stop having events when the sun is out. I know this is such a weird thing to harp on. It makes it feel lame. It does. It makes it feel very, very lame. Let me rephrase. I do like Seth Rollins' intro with does anyone else think, since it was like Easter when he did it, and he looked like an angel, and his glasses had thorns on it? We don't got to get into it, but I kind of saw that, and I thought, I was like, okay, wow, we're really doing that. The night one was fine. The matches were just fine. The main event was amazing. CM Punk's main event, stellar. Night two, the matches were much better. There were some stinkers in there, Charlotte. Oh, man. Oh, geez. Oh, gee whiz. That main event. And this is where the title of the video comes in. John, I understand what you're trying to do. I don't like it. Johnny boy, what the hell are we doing here, pal? He's not entirely a bad guy. I mean, he did yell at that fat kid in Brussels, but he's not. He's like, what did he say? I'm not a heel. I'm not a babyface. I'm a human being. And it's like, so, oh, he finally broke. We broke John. This is not how I pictured this would be going. Oh, God. I'm going to tell a little story. About John Cena. I had a video a while ago called Cody Rhodes Made Me Love Wrestling. And that video is still 100% true. And it sucks now because WWE copywrote the whole fucking thing, and now it looks like doo-doo. But you should go watch it because I have some good points to say in it. That's true. Cody Rhodes made me love wrestling. But I have loved John Cena since I was a little kid. Now, it started off ironic. It started off with, do you guys remember? It was an old meme, a very, very old meme. The radio host called this one lady over and over again, and was just like, and his name is John Cena. You remember that. Everyone remembers this. It started as a very ironic interest of I was in 6th grade. I was like, oh yeah, John Cena. Yeah, I get it. I love him. I genuinely do believe you can't do something ironically and say you like something ironically 4 years. And that was me with John Cena. I did not watch wrestling, but I watched John Cena stuff. I thought John Cena was super cool. I was a John Cena fan without watching wrestling. I felt he was a showman. I liked him better than The Rock. And we're getting into the fucking Rock. We are going to get into The Rock. We will. He was funny. He was genuinely funny. He's great in Peacemaker. He's done a lot of good things, like in Hollywood, and I do genuinely think he's a good guy. So first off, it's hard to understand that he's turning heel, where you're kind of like, part of you doesn't believe that like they're gonna let him retire as a bad guy, you know? I don't think that's gonna happen. Who is trying to put on a bad match? Who is trying to make it so like, I'm not gonna do any of my finishing moves, really? He might have done one, You Can't See Me. He might have done, I know he did like a knuckle shuffle, a 5-knuckle shuffle. I know that happened. But it wasn't there. There wasn't ferocity. I feel like if he's giving up on the WWE and he wants to ruin wrestling, he needs to be fucking ferocious. And I know that's the character, but he needs to like be so pissed and angry. Make some new finishing moves. Make some things that look like it fucking like, you want to ruin wrestling? Break wrestlers. You want to ruin wrestling? Make something that make the WWE get sued by how dangerous your moves are. And people will love it, but in story, you're like, I'm ruining this shit. I'm ruining everything. But no, it felt like very, very off. And the fact that, first off, has Cody lost, ever since he came back from AEW, has Cody lost a WrestleMania that wasn't due to interference? Because he came back, he beat Seth Rollins, I'm pretty sure, at 38, lost to Roman at 39 because of the bloodline, won to Roman at 40 because of interference, but there was also, I feel like it evened out. Lost to interference this year because, and put up the title card, Travis Scott. I am a fan of when two things collide. I love that. I can't fucking stand Travis Scott in the WWE. If I had to hear Fiend one more time, I was going to become a fiend and eat my couch. Travis Scott, I think, is a big reason why I didn't like this WrestleMania as much as last year's. Last year's felt like Endgame. This year felt like Eternals. It didn't feel real. Like, it didn't feel like an Endgame. Like, we all know it was fake. We all know they're actors. We all know blah, blah, blah. But if you were in the MCU, that shit felt real. It was important. People cried when the thing with Iron Man. People cried when Captain America got back home. The announcer fucking cried when Cody won the title. This year was like, John won because Travis Scott. But Travis Scott, Logan Paul are walking ads. There's a lot of ads in the WWE, and I understand that they want to make money, but at what point is making money hurting the product? And it's starting to. It's becoming a nuisance. I did not like that there was Clash of Clans costumes with the Road Warriors and the New Day. I did not like Doom the Dark Ages with Drew McIntyre, Travis Scott, Logan Paul, Clash of Clans, Doom the Dark Ages. They are affecting matches. And all of them, too obvious, they're people, but still kind of obvious, they're ads. They're advertising something else. And I feel like all of this leads to the main problem of that night. The Rock. Dwayne, were you making fucking Tooth Fairy 3 dentures? Where the fuck were you? Oh, I didn't feel like I needed to be there. I didn't feel like I was, I didn't want, they just wanted me to sell tickets and blah, 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 blah. Pre-show interviews where people are talking about, I wonder what The Rock is going to do tonight. I wonder if The Rock is here. I feel like The Rock is going to have some big plan because it's his big plan. You are no longer there to sell tickets. You are there to be a part of the story. And this is why John Cena is breaking my heart. Because was he a corporate champion at one point? Absolutely. But he was my kind of corporate champion. He was pushed when I was a kid. Did I watch wrestling? No. But that made him a star. He had a great intro. He was so good. And now I feel like he is on the side of The Rock, at least in kayfabe wise, he's on the side of not ruining wrestling as in taking his ball and going home. Ruining wrestling with all the cameos, all the ads, everything that makes wrestling more of a sideshow than a main event. I think to be a good bad guy, you need to be bad wrestler, not a good advertiser. I feel like they're making John Cena a good advertiser, a good way to plug other things. Dominic Mysterio is not that. Here's the timeline. Royal Rumble, he loses to Jey Uso. Starts breaking a little bit. With that, he had that post interview. That stays the same. Elimination Chamber, he wins. He wins because of the same way Seth Rollins. It's kind of underhanded, but let's be honest. No one was really thinking about that underhanded tactic. Everyone's like, yeah, he wants to win 17. He wants to win 17. Okay, he's just doing everything to win 17. I don't think he should have turned at Elimination Chamber looking at it. I think he should have turned at WrestleMania. I think The Rock should have showed up at WrestleMania. I don't think The Rock should have. I think the stealing the soul thing was really weird. I think the stealing the soul thing was kind of pointless. I think the stealing the soul thing made no sense. Is it just what John is now? Did John sell his soul? I think so. It was a fantastic heel turn. I just think that should have happened at WrestleMania. I think John should have lost the match at WrestleMania, and then I guess if you're keeping the seal the soul thing, if this is the story and we're just moving pieces, you have The Rock come back, and since he's on the board of TKO, you have him restart the match. Fuck it, why not? This is a story. Literally anything can happen. We can just say we're having a poop match, and the first one to take a shit wins. There are matches where people get set on fire, and that's how you win. So like anything, I can just. Can we stop pretending that there are these like hard and fast rules? It is a. We can do whatever we want. That's the magic thing. Imagine if just in the NBA, you can just say, okay, the 3-point line, the 4-point line, and now there's a soccer goal, and that's also in it. And people will be like, oh, I don't really like that. Yeah, you might not like it, but if you ever see fucking Roman Reigns tackle Braun Breaker through the goal, I don't think you're gonna give much of a shit. I think John Cena needs to shift how he is a villain a little bit. If you're going corporate, if this is like he's a corporate guy now, fine, do that. This is like a thing that's kind of like, it's kind of unique to me because I'm very much a new wrestling fan. I'm very much like the first years of like watching everything, being very excited. Randy Orton versus John, that's something that's coming up at Backlash. I think that's really cool. There is a flamboyance to wrestling, and John not having that anymore is sad, because you can still be a villain and have that flamboyance and put on a good show. There are good shows with bad villains. There are bad shows with good villains. I think he can be one of the greatest villains that we've seen because he's Superman. He's the guy. He needs to change course. When he fights Randy, I want him to give everything he's got. I want to see that John is still, at least to himself, he's like, well, I'm not gonna. I don't respect Cody, but this is Randy. This is different. Give it all he's got, lose, and then he can cheat his way to win. You want the good match, and then the underhanded thing. Because let's be honest, I don't think WWE fans want to have another main event like that. I don't think WWE fans really want The Rock just showing up when he wants to show up and then not when he doesn't. John Cena broke my heart, and The Rock fucking shot me in the head.